It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Battle over the right to the name Josh has returned to a Nebraska park. The event began as an online joke when Josh Swain from Arizona tweeted out a challenge to anyone who shared his name to fight over it.
Oh, I remember this.
Yep, this was last year, remember?
Yeah.
Fight me.
After it took on a life of its own, Swain turned it into a real event last year at the random coordinates he included in his original note, which happened to be in Lincoln, Nebraska. This year, a couple hundred people gathered at Bowling Lake Park to participate in a pool noodle fight.
Yeah.
5-year-old Josh Vincent Jr. defended his title as the number one Josh.
All right.
You
Yeah.
could kick his ass.
He's 5 years old.
The event raised nearly $21,000 for Children's Hospital and Medical Center in Omaha.
Wonderful.
With the owners of the Josh Cellars wine label pledging to match that amount with a donation of their own.
That's
So
great.
it's
I'm a big
great
fan.
story.
And I'm a big fan of the Josh Cellars. I have a couple bottles in my...
do you really?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Do they wear name tags at this event? Do you remember? Help me with this, Chick. Remember we had the news story many years ago. There was a convention. I want to say it was at the Bob Smith convention. It was something like that, or it was people that all have the same name.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's one of the most common names. One of the most common names in
Is
America.
Smith the most, or Brown, or
Johnson, Smith.
James? I don't know.
It'd be, how would you check into that hotel?
Josh, and Josh.
Have a reservation. It's, Josh Johnson.
Well, you'd have to go by address, I would think.
Well,
Credit card numbers.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
You see, you got your answers.
Confirmation numbers.
Confirmation too. Ace has one.
all right, just ask that. Kind of humorous,
right.
humorous. Jump into
I learned from the best, man.
into the Josh pit of.
So you didn't want
mosh
a real
pit.
answer. You
No,
wanted
I
to
just-
know.
No.
It's kind of funny. You get there, everyone's got a name tag that says Josh. Of course, they're fighting with pool noodles. That could be danger if there was a rattlesnake in your pool.
Yeah, we've had that
Oh,
before.
yeah, that can happen down in Texas and
Think
such.
they're having
Yes.
a chicken fight? I bet they're having a chicken fight.
In a pool?
Yeah.
With a pool noodle?
I'm sorry. What else you got, Christy? Start.
Couple in Alabama have transformed an old helicopter into a camper on wheels.
Really cool.
PMI reports.
Too much information. Oh, PMI.
PMI.
Oh, not TMI.
Yeah, a WPMS. That'd be a hell of a watch.
Ms. Maggie Morgan
What
and
are you
Mr.
looking
Blake
at?
Morris,
Why do you want to see the news?
both helicopter pilots in the U.S. Coast Guard, decided to buy the main body of a 1978 SA-330J Puma helicopter back in 2020, though they were unsure what to do with it initially. Morris told the station, quote, eventually came around to the idea that, maybe I can turn it into a camper. I asked Maggie. Luckily, she was very supportive. I was expecting her to say I was crazy, but she was actually said it was a great idea. So they began converting the helicopter into a camper, spent 900 hours or so. The Heli Camper is now ready to go on its first excursion.
Is it very small?
No, it looks really cool.
The couple's been documenting the project and the adventures on the Instagram account at Heli Camper _RV. So we'll have to take a look
It's
at
like
this.
a big RV. Imagine a huge helicopter, and the tail part's gone, and obviously it doesn't have the rotor on top.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really cool looking, and up front it's got the big glass windows.
Nice.
Kind of a weird, cool thing. Be a lot of fun.
Wild.
And these guys, they're both
Yeah.
badass pilots. So
Yeah, that is cool.
I mean, it would have been a lot worse if they'd tried to turn a camper into a helicopter.
That would be more difficult.
Yeah, it'd probably be more than 900 hours.
Yeah, that would be
that
would be totally different.
And this thing's in a trailer only a couple feet off the ground, so
Yeah,
you're going to be okay if you crash it, theoretically.
Right.
What was the description you had, Chick, of trying to fly a helicopter?
Flying a helicopter, one of the craziest guys I know. I went to high school with him. Flies helicopters. He flew them in Nam, and he flies them professionally. I can't tell you what he does now because it's dangerous. And he said it's like balancing a ball on top of another ball.
Wow.
Can we guess what he does, and then you blink twice if it's right or not?
Let's not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And Christy Lee is at the news desk. Christy, what's going on over there?
A leading advisor to the World Health Organization is saying that the outbreak of monkeypox in developed countries appears to have been caused by sexual activity at two recent raves held in Spain and Belgium.
Rave with monkeys?
No, they weren't really with monkeys. They were with people, but monkeypox.
Have you seen the pictures of this?
Yeah, it's awful.
This is really scary.
Previously, but if you've had a smallpox vaccine, and most of us have as little kids, you'll be okay. Don't worry. Unless you're having sex with somebody we don't know about.
Or a monkey.
We've all had some pretty good Molly, but never good enough to have good to have sex with an orang monkey.
I've never had any Molly.
He just has enough knowledge to be dangerous.
I didn't know that you guys were cool. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we're cool.
This is gonna be fun now.
Got the Molly at the rave.
Let's have Molly Day. Yeah.
Monkeypox.
I mean, is that the original source of this? Someone was.
Dr. David Heyman said we now know
I have a
that
joke, but I've been told not to tell those kind anymore.
monkeypox can spread where there is close contact with the lesions of someone who's infected, and it looks like sexual contact has now amplified that in transmission.
I heard Cheetah was patient 0.
Oh, boy.
To date, the WHO has recorded more than 90 cases of monkeypox in a dozen countries, including Canada, Spain, Israel, France, Switzerland, the United States, and Australia. U.S. officials said Monday they knew of one confirmed case in the state of Massachusetts, 4 probable cases, 2 in Utah, 1 in Florida, 1 in New York City. All were men who had traveled outside the United States.
Well, the good part about this is if we go into lockdown again, we're familiar with it. So,
Yeah.
It's nothing
We're
new.
not going to go into lockdown.
That's what I heard.
I think we might have to for the monkeypox.
Lockdown,
Where you get it
lockdown.
from?
Where do you get it,
Where do you get
Tom?
it, Tom?
Jumping on the bed.
Oh, yeah. One
you
falls
just
off
hit
and
your head.
bumps their head. I mean, yeah.
I thought you just bumped your head.
Mama called the doctor.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
And the doctor said, no.
Grandma's dead.
No.
Monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Killed her.
Grandma.
How about this? Monkeypox.
Face slit off.
You'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old monkeypox.
Oh, a little Rocky Top?
Oh, I see.
Pat, I can't believe you didn't write that song.
So what they're saying though is that this is from a rave.
Yeah, sexual activity at a rave.
Wow, nothing like dirty sex to give raves a bad name. I thought the music was bad enough. Now this plague descending upon us from bad sex at a rave in
Never had a
Europe.
hardcore makeout sesh to some Dead Mouse?
When's
Oh, you're
the
missing
last?
out.
What's the last rave you attended?
Decadence, which is a concert in Colorado in 2015.
No kidding.
Yeah, me and my buddy Eric went.
Did you kiss anyone you shouldn't have or
I
anything?
might have gotten some smooches in there, you know.
there you
You
go.
can't used to have some
So
milks.
I thought raves were just like underground, like pop-ups. They weren't
They certainly used to be.
promoted.
I went to the one I went to was called Church, and it happened on a Sunday morning at like 8 a.m.
Cool. Oh, that's
And
fun.
it was in this ancient church in England. And
Wow.
boy, I'm like being hammered at 9 a.m.
There's nothing worse than being hung over at 2.
Yeah, exactly. That was a rough one.
There's a guy up there with a computer
Yeah, man. Yeah.
touching
Bunch of people
buttons.
dancing, and
and throwing his arms in the air.
it was cool.
It's not just a computer. There's turntables. There's a sequencer.
Yeah,
Oh, I was 20?
That
Boy,
DJ
oh boy.
work is hard stuff.
No live musicians. Yeah, it's great.
No, there's a real talent to it.
Very entertaining. now dirty sex getting us all
There
monkey.
wasn't-
It's an art.
Dirty sex getting us monkeypox.
I remember
Thanks,
the day-
rave. Thanks, bad music. And
Oh my god.
There wasn't an almond brother in sight, Willie.
I remember a day when you used to DJ, my friend.
Yeah, but I didn't just get up with a computer throwing my arm around like
Do
I
you
was
know
doing
one
something.
of the first? The first thing I got to town, some guy walked up to me and goes, "You're going to be working for the Bob and Tom show?" I go, "Yeah." You know, he says, Tom DJ'd my high school reunion.
How about that?
Is that true?
Oh, yeah, you're very nice.
There you go. You had the turntables and everything.
Turntables, yeah, it was the real thing. Yeah.
Ace, you have a question?
Wait a minute. Phone's ringing.
No, you
Phone's
can't
ringing.
accommodate it. Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Floyd.
I've enjoyed your Almond Brothers program.
Oh,
Thank
good,
you.
yeah,
I'm a
you're
big fan.
right?
Thanks, Floyd.
Oh, it's amazing what they can do when they put the minds to it.
Sure is.
Well, they can certainly jam.
Everybody there getting ready for a big Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, sir.
Well, Big D and I probably won't get it too much celebrating on account of a bursitis flared up again.
Oh, no, yeah.
And as always, about this time of year, my hemorrhoids start rearing ugly heads.
Why's that?
Well, it means we've only got 3 more weeks till summer.
Yes, I see.
You know, just yesterday I was talking to the boys down at Mr. Fuel over a plate of liver and onions.
Oh,
They always serve it with baby carrots. That reminds me, Doc said to keep your cholesterol from spiking, try to avoid foods with baby in the name, like baby carrots, baby corn, baby back ribs. He said, Floyd, just don't eat anything with baby in it. He said, you got any questions? I said, yes, sir. Do you reckon that's why Patrick Swayze died so young?
Oh. Floyd.
Jennifer Gray's name
It
was
was baby and dancing.
My buddy Jack's going on and on about the story he read in the long haul circulars. They're going to start having self-driving semis take over for us truckers. I said it'll be a cold day in hell before I give up my Peterbilt to some robot you have to plug in.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to ask, when all the trucks are controlled by computers, what are these lot lizards aiming to do with it? They're going to have to learn how to service computers, I reckon.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like an easy way to get the tongue electrocuted. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like we always say on the road, you can teach a whole lot of things, but computers ain't one of them.
Oh, is
You say that a lot,
the old
do you?
bromide?
Really?
Boy, this inflation is something else. Even has the price of Cypress mulch climbing through the roof, don't it?
No, it sure does. Yeah, boy.
It's horrible.
If I was you, I hate to sound like Warren Buffett, but I'd invest in pea gravel.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Just make sure it's not baby pea gravel.
It's very helpful.
Got
Thank
a
you.
point.
It is helpful.
I don't, what it is, I don't know.
Thank you, Floyd. Nice half moon's worth of lime. Looks delightful.
Yeah, so this is a TikTok trend again. It's called dirty soda, and it originated in Utah, where people.
Should we try it before the description comes?
If you want to, but I'm going to tell you where it comes from. So it comes from Utah, in a state where a lot of people don't drink alcohol or coffee.
Okay.
So they beef up their sodas. So you're going to want to squeeze your lime into your dirty soda. Yep.
All right.
And it's called that. It looks like dirty soda water.
It's dirty soda. So then stir it up and give it a taste, and I'll walk you guys through what it is if you want. Olivia Rodrigo actually is who kind of brought this trend into play.
Oh,
bendy straw.
Bendy
Oh,
straw.
my gosh, it's so stretchy.
I know, it's really good.
Whoa.
Look at that
I
bendy
think
straw.
Dr. Pepper.
There's a world of flavor in this.
It's really good.
Didn't you go see Olivia
good.
Rodrigo? Is that right?
The girls want to see Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, she's great.
So there's a chain. There's a couple of chains in Utah that do these kind of sodas, and one is called Swig, and they use Dr. Pepper, coconut cream, like a syrup or any other kind of coconut cream that you would want, and then a splash of heavy cream, and that's called a dirty soda.
Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Huh, it is pretty
Rich.
Yeah, squeeze the lime in there, and
Yep.
It's
Very
pretty
good.
good.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Christy, you could pour 2-3 shots of vodka in there.
that's what we were talking
I
about.
was
You
in
could
the
put
green
some.
room. I didn't want to spoil
Irish
it.
that up, yeah.
I go, what are we making there? Is there alcohol in it?
I have some in my glove box if you want me to grab it.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's oddly good, right? I was not anticipating that.
I assume this is like 1,000 calories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's full strength Dr. Pepper. That's diesel Dr. Pepper you're working with there. So.
and fresh cream.
Fresh, yeah. Heavy whipping cream, yeah.
We'll
and then-
post the recipe.
Yeah, we will
God,
actually.
that is really good.
It's fine. I would just order a Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
There's not enough difference for me not to just have a Dr. Pepper.
Well, of
Yeah.
course there is.
It's vastly different.
It's,
Oh, I
You
don't
don't taste the
think
coconut at all?
You
so. I
don't-
mean,
And there's
it's
some kind of-
negligible.
So,
I
so
don't-
do you work
getting
that
some
tongue
kind of-
so much in your sexcapades that you no longer taste?
I don't.
No.
I just got all coconut cream.
Yeah, so that coconut didn't dissolve really well. You're gonna get a chunk of it. And it's
I got
gonna-
a couple. I had a couple of
I
chunks
don't,
of coconut too.
I don't taste Dr. Pepper at all because I don't like Dr. Pepper. But
Really?
This is good, yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Does anybody else have a little coconut garnish on top that's very stringy and looks a
Oh,
little...
did you see me squirt it out?
No,
Were you
I didn't.
standing there when I was? Oof, yeah.
You ever see Josh squirt it?
All right.
Boy, you
No,
are
actually
really-
no.
What are you talking about, my sperm?
Again.
You know, when you're playing with yourself. Yeah.
Pizza.
So
You
sorry.
know, when
got
you
your
hit the
pizza.
ceiling.
I'm so
you know
sorry.
that thing.
Coming up,
You're waiting for your pizza to be done. You're standing
Yeah.
in front of the oven playing with yourself.
knock one off.
Yeah.
Did you see a picture of the helicopter or the thing?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Isn't that cool? These
Yeah.
people these 2 Coast Guard helicopter pilots bought an old helicopter that was being decommissioned, and they took the blade off of it and turned it into a giant camper.
Oh, that's fun.
It looks like a huge bubble Airstream thing, and there's a picture of it at the Vic Morrow campsite.
Oh,
Can you rent it?
man. Oh,
You know, why did you have to do that?
I hope Jennifer Jason Leigh's not listening.
Okay, so sorry, my fault. I was driving the bird. That's-
Well, that means it's time for another JFK Jr. joke.
Go ahead. I can't
All
wait.
right.
Oh, no, I didn't get the reference. I
I
shouldn't
didn't
have
either.
Googled it.
When I put it together, it was
jerk.
something horrible if Tom
Yes,
said it.
it's horrible.
Oh, he had children.
You know, JFK, JFK Jr. Didn't shower before he left.
No?
He figured he'd wash up on shore.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I hope Jennifer Jason Leigh and Daryl Hannah are listening.
Show went kind of dark there.
Well, Daryl Hannah's probably happy that happened. Remember, didn't he leave her for
I'm sorry.
sourpuss?
Yeah, the only way to cleanse the palate right now is this.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
We were talking about dads earlier, and I remember as a kid building sandcastles with my dad until my mom took the urn away.
Took the urn away.
Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
So, literally making sandcastles with your dad.
That's dark.
There's nothing that makes me more nervous than him getting chatty. I am just in awe.
Yeah.
I hang on.
When you were saying that you were playing with your dad as a kid, I thought, well, false premise.
There we go. That'll cleanse the palate.
Maybe we should do a different one.
Let's do a different one.
Oh, the crowd is turned. Could you play that Mr. Josh Arnold song again? Maybe we can reel him back in.
I miss Chick London.
Oh, God, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I think we do need to do a second.
Yeah, can we do a second joke?
Yeah.
Ace?
Sure.
Who's that sexy man with a deep
A
voice?
double helping.
Ace
2 for
Cosby,
2.
here he is with his joke of the day.
What's a cat's favorite button on a TV remote?
What?
What is it?
Pause.
There you go.
I have information for you, Tom.
What is that?
Dear Tom, there is a Phil Campbell convention in Phil Campbell, Alabama every year.
Cool.
80 people show up, and they're all named Phil Campbell. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, we had either the Bob Smith or the Bob Johnson convention. Well, because that was the most common name in America. Is this guy's name Phil Campbell?
No, it's Steve something.
But he's aware of the Phil Campbell.
Maybe-
That's cool. He's a busybody.
Maybe he's got a buddy named Phil Campbell. I don't
Steve,
know.
huh?
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about the name Josh. We should point this out to Ms. Hooker. Josh, there's some guy started a Josh competition that he wanted to beat up everybody whose name was Josh. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wanted to be he wanted to be number one Josh.
So they went to Nebraska somewhere, and all the Joshes
Thank him.
went there, and some 5-year-old kid won some kind of contest with noodles. But Pat, don't you have a tribute to our own Josh right here?
Josh Arnold, that takes me back.
To me, wow.
I knew a man, Josh Arnold, he told jokes for you. Loves the St. Louis Blues.
Go Blues.
Gets teased for liking porn and pizza pies. Has a real short fuse.
Real short.
Bombs so hard, oh, he bombed so hard. In Toledo one night, oh, he should have been there.
5 minutes.
Mr. Josh Arnold, everybody sing, yeah. Mr. Josh Arnold, one more time. Mr. Josh Arnold, you're funny, all right. He's a great guy, you know. Let me tell you a story. I met him on a show on radio. It was, you may have heard it, Bob and Tom. Silver chin, a flannel shirt, and fork in hand. A blistered palm. He has no wife, likes the single life. Vacations by himself. Hey, look, a squirrel.
Flying squirrels was cool.
When it comes to loving women, Josh says he is.
What he says.
Thorough and generous.
I get the job done.
His junk is plucked, his ass is shaved, his sack is waxed. He's adventurous. He said they didn't laugh. Oh, they didn't laugh. In Toledo one night.
Yep.
You'll get over it.
One time.
One time, right? Mr. Josh Arnold. Come on. Mr. Josh Arnold. One more time. Mr. Josh Arnold. Oh, you're funny, all right.
Oh, thank you, Pat.
welcome, Josh
So
Arnold.
nice.
I imagine that's on the new album.
Of course, the track 1.
I thought it was 1, 4, and 7.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.